Beautiful morning in the Hong Kong Bay. Nothing Hong Kong. Okay, so some thoughts. What is it that we really want? First, good night's sleep. So yeah, currently on the streets of Hong Kong. Ooh, Seneca loves the trolleys. So kind of the first interesting thought is certainly we seek stimuli from the outside environment. Now I can see why Ghost in the Shell and all these post-apocalyptic video games are filmed here in Hong Kong. We love the street action. If anything, actually, Hong Kong is probably like street photography paradise. It's like probably the most street forward city on the planet, question mark. Even so more than I think New York. I mean, the big things is like you can take the elevator, escalator anywhere. The MTR works super good. There's double-decker trolleys. It's like built on the slope, which makes it very interesting, fun, and dynamic. Oh, and I found an all-you-can-eat Brazilian barbecue place. It's like not super cheap. It's like 60 bucks. Was that 480 Hong Kong dollars, and the conversion rate is, I think it's pegged to the dollar 8 to 1. Look how tall these buildings are. And actually an interesting thought too is the goal in Hong Kong is to go higher, because the higher you is, the more access you have to natural lights. And yeah, the higher you go up, the higher you climb, the better, because you have more access to the light. For the most part, the calculus goes, the more light, the better. And actually some interesting turbo thoughts. The Ramada has a funny Bentley in front. So another funny turbo thought that I actually had, ooh, all this fake gold. Fun turbo thought I had about Bitcoin. It's kind of like building your own virtual Hong Kong. It's like each Bitcoin is like a square block or a building, and then you could essentially grow and build it up infinite forever. Oh, apparently if you want like a good Michelin star restaurant, this like duck goose geese place here, Sunky Foods Western District, Michelin 2024, it's pretty good. Yeah, everything here is this place here is pretty popular. Like there's a McDonald's here. Yeah, it's like, what is all these kids' dreams? They want to become YouTubers or vloggers. Yeah, pretty funny. And yeah, so actually one of the hardest things about being on the road, something that I'm grateful for being back in the States, is actually having access to good food. So actually when you're in Asia and traveling abroad, right, it's actually really difficult to get access to beef. Like it's hard to get access to meat, beef ribs, stuff like that. It's all imported from other places, and as a consequence it's kind of a really yeah, difficult to eat enough beef and fat before you sleep. And I reread the Odyssey, right, by Emily Wilson, highly recommended. And what's kind of interesting with some of the descriptive language they use, essentially talking about like luscious cuts of fat. So the Brazilian barbecue churrasco I went to last night, it's called like, I don't know what it's called, but they have like beef belly eating all the fat, which was very good. And yeah, Center Street Market thing is pretty fun. Yeah, huge cuts of nice little strips of fat. Eat all the fat. And yeah, just essentially slept like a god last night. And as a consequence, you just like kind of naturally wake up earlier, because my theory is you end up sleeping better. And so I think there's actually a built-in tie-in between eating enough fat and sleeping well at night. So yeah, look, so this is closed. So all of this, you can essentially walk up and get some good morning walking ins. And I think as a consequence, people who live in Hong Kong much healthier, because urban renewal fund, because yeah, they could essentially just walk around everywhere. I see that the elderly here are very active, walking around, getting their steps in. And actually what's interesting too is just not the steps, it's like the quality of steps. So here in Hong Kong, because you're going up such steep flights of stairs, the quality of your steps is much more difficult, and therefore you got stronger legs. Yeah, so anyways, if you're not having a good night's sleep, insomnia, whatevs, just eat a lot of beef fat, beef ribs before you sleep, and sleep like a demigod.